Hi there, it's Suzanne Wagner, and welcome to the Intuitive Patterns for the month of April 2018. I apologize for this being late. Mercury has been very retrograde. So if I look at the cards this month, one of the ones that stands out for me at first is the Grandmother of Crystals. And she asks you to look at the healing power of innocence, trust, and the heart. Look deep inside because you know what is right. Is your ego in charge? Is your mind in charge? Are you trying to justify any attempt to truth? It's kind of important to notice how your ego and your mind will weave a story to make your heart wrong. And hearts are never really wrong. Ego and mind is often wrong when it is being channeled through fear and the intent to manipulate and deceive. This month, this grandmother asks you to attend to your own healing first. It is time to pay attention to what you need, to be present with the tasks at hand in your life. If you do not feel grounded, then know that you aren't stable in your core. It is time to balance your thoughts with your external actions. Only then will your heavy heart lighten. Your energy centers require an adjustment and a new balancing. It is time to open to the gifts that are attempting to come into your life and step more into a state of wonder. The cage in which you have found yourself finally has a door open for you to move beyond this restrictive phase and into a freer place of motion. The possibilities expand exponentially when you take the risk and step beyond the known and into the unknown. Let the discontent propel you into another sky and another world. The very nature of existence cannot have any boundaries. It is creative, limitless, a garden of infinite potential. It is time to stop seeking contentment. Contentment is repetitive and boring. Contentment breeds smallness. Seeking contentment is about accepting that what you have is not good enough. But do you really have enough ecstasy? Do you have enough silence? Do you have enough joy? That choosing smallness is your mind's imposition upon your freedom and your unlimited potential. Those in power say that we cannot do this and we cannot do that. There is a limitation of their own mind, and you do not have to accept that as your own. If those in power can convince you to accept your lot in life and your smallness, then guess who wins? They do. They get to take that extra money and everything else for themselves and play their little war games and do all of these things that cause harm and suffering to the planet and humanity. Is this how the world is supposed to operate? Is this what you are going to condone in the world? When someone gives you a limit and a restriction, ask them, why? You will find they have so many arguments to show that they are right, but they are wrong. The universe is infinite. All things can be accomplished. It is only the limitations of the mind that tell us otherwise. We can, as a country, afford great health care for everyone. We can take care of the people and end poverty. We can choose to not be warmongers. We can choose to step onto another path. But it is the people that have to say no more. Greatness comes when you refuse to accept the social standard and limits. It is time to stop feeling ashamed for wanting what will work for everyone. It is time to commit to finding a doorway through this hateful delusion and into the places of play and laughter and joy and abundance, which are obviously everywhere. If you are magic, which I believe everyone is, then let that magic show you the way to create the world that you want and the world of our dreams. You can look at the smallness that lives inside the dungeon of your fear and operate from that very limited and restrictive place, or you can allow the innocence in your heart to guide you along an uncharted pathway toward a new way to connect and contribute to the whole. The card Lamat is the star seed energy that shows you how to generate harmony through a multitude of beneficial combinations. When you connect to that part of your limitless star being essence self, you remember that self-doubt is a lie. Disconnection is a choice, and love is eternal. When you choose to cultivate the harmony and the patterns of how we are all connected to everything in this dimension and beyond, then you have access to energies that are not of this world and that know how to transcend the physical plane, the obvious, and manifest from the subtle. Look to where you have over-identified with a particular role that you have been playing, or perhaps that role has been playing you. Look at how your self-judgment and your critical nature stops your gift and talents from being given in the world. And what a shame and a waste, because right now, everyone's talents and gifts are so desperately needed. There are elements of truth in all teachings, but remember that there are just as many truths when you step on your own path. Where you are in harmony is where you are solid in your foundation of self. It is the anchor that allows your soul to coexist with this body. It is time to expand that harmony and really generate such stability that more of your star essence can ground in this moment. From that place, you will feel safe. From that place, you will be confident. From that place, you will have the pathway that you have been seeking. To find the self, you have to release yourself from the labels that are presently holding this reality together. To know who you really are, you have to free yourself from those definitions that were given to you by others, or that you gave to yourself because of situations and circumstances. When you are non-identified with your experience, you find a type of immunity to situational awareness. You stop personalizing things in your life so much, and you stop having these intense emotional reactiveness, and all of that will begin to dissipate. You are each an actor with many masks in the closet. When you open into that transparent nature of being you, you may know nothing, but you will finally simply be. Enjoy the month, everybody.